Mame MD sa enkomo we yes say in parliament. I had a minority in parliament, the micro silly minority no. Enkwasi ade omko the parliament no. Speaker Alban Bagbin ABA committee a omo eye investigations ewo eye enkwasi ade a isi o parliament a eye wager for MP no Jerry. Bema we use the trum anopa osoro odi blade tete ne hwena no. Otumi yi tata blade na ode tete na bodwe. Time ye ni abre a ye fuka akodwuma no. No the kwasi tete na bodwe. Jerry wager gba we for MP no sa kwasi pay first time in parliament. Of kan ho an ho kan pokre kakra bon ho red zone kakra won ho sunlight any pokre and osawo medisoft bema baako omudi nkwasese no parliament wi no and speaker back been say we bie eye committee a sa committee no entena se na omontoto obia no ho bia no na yenhwe de odifo na yema emra no nya adwuma ana se yentwi nipa na so ana nipa kuofo no yentwi omaso in parliament. The minority, the silly minority led by the silly Afenyo-Markin and the silly Annoh Dompreh were there. The majority too were there. They all agreed that a committee should be put together to investigate what happened during the vetting. Abo Osung and the Takrason. Some were 188 members in parliament. Now we're 88. I don't expect, or you don't expect me to share the same seat with you. Kami abua. Inti Alban Bagbin say abo so na takra so inti NDC for no enko for obviously ebedo adas chia nkwasiafo no. Now the funny thing is Alban Bagbin set up committee we no. From the beginning the NPP could have opted out and said say we don't even want to volunteer anybody to sit on the committee to listen to incidents and to gather evidence. But the funny thing is the Afenyo-Markin minority or the silly minority no actually went ahead, agreed to what the speaker said, and said, you know what, we are going to get our people to sit on the committee to interrogate or investigate the matter so that we can come to an amicable conclusion. You bet me actually so from the day Alban Bagbin set it up and as the assembly about parliament, if the NPP, the silly minority, had a problem, they wouldn't have even in the first place be part of the committee. But you know the funny thing, these little twerps, these silly minority, they agreed, they sat down, they concurred, and they said yes, we need to also bring our people to sit on the committee to question people on what actually happened during the vetting. And for them to even nominate representatives to sit on the committee is basically admitting that what Alban Bagbin has said or what parliament has arrived is the best thing for both sides. It's Afenyo-Markin as the leader of the silly micro minority, they actually got people to go sit on the committee. Now, the hearing started. People were being called. Minority members were being called. Statements were being taken. People came and made statements. People came and corrected facts. People came and gave a vivid explanation of what actually transpired. Time ana adieno Asia omububu table Annoh Dompreh kwasi ampenyi ni omomakano and tokwa esi ewo vetting nase. Halfway the vetting, from the statements and also from the accounter, in fact, the majority leader, respected majority leader, took time off and came to sit before the committee and told the committee, the people who were there, in fact, the clerk to that committee came there, spoke, gave her vivid heading, and yet part of the story. Workers of parliament who were there, in fact, the marshals, which is parliament police leader, any committee vetting place and almost part of the story. They gave vivid explanation and accounts of what transpired. And the funny thing is, the NPP minority, that is the silly micro minority, still had their representatives sitting, questioning, and listening. And not alone, the crowd say the NPP had admitted or agreed to be part of this process. Now, maybe you don't know something. Now, sir, committee where Alban Bagbin put it together. No, it's a committee that has powers at the High Court in Ghana. So you cannot underestimate that committee. In fact, when you walk to that committee and insult them and they say you can go, you have to be jailed. You can go to jail because when they sit like a high court. In fact, Southern Ghana Constitution now. Let me show you something here. When you read the Constitution of Ghana, now we share committee na Alban Bagbin at the Parliament standing orders and embra etiena. Okay, Ghana Constitution na ewo muchodo say sa committee na Afenyo-Markin from the beginning ejitu mu say MPP for bekwa kotenem atoto nkofo no mayehu no kure no. They admitted said that committee has powers like the High Court. It is already chapter 10, the legislature, which is 103 committees of Parliament. So Parliament committee. Some of the committees, another committee, it has powers as the High Court. It will power to say High Court. Now, so already 103 Committee of Parliament. This is what the Constitution says. Anytime catch us say, it is not personal. It is about the facts and explaining to Ghanaians why Jandam, I was here stoppage Jandam. Anything at this platform is big. We get a lot of people coming on this platform to listen. Who read the Constitution of Ghana? This is what it says. A committee appointed under this article shall have powers, rights, and privileges of the High Court or a justice of the High Court at a trial. 4A. Enforcing the attendance of witnesses and examining them on oath, affirmation, or otherwise. B. Compelling the production of documents, and C. Issuing a commission or request to examine witnesses abroad. Inti almost a committee we Ghana Constitution say. So almost nasia almost 2 minutes almost obiama na betina omunim atoto na no. Almost 2 minutes say almost betumi aka kiro say ye yankrata we fabreye. Almost kura betumi asoma ma yakwa abrochire. Ama yakoka akototo obiano akwaje ayanse adanse e de aba be support dwumadi omudi no. Omo wo tumi to say High Court e wo Ghana omo tenase a omo betumi aye the High Court eye nyina. Enti sa committee na Alban Bagbin ejina eye Parliament mraso a eye chapter 10, the legislature over eye 102 committee of Parliament. The Alban Bagbin ejina so the sa committee no e wo tumi to say eye High Court. And it's hard to me no on bet me subpoena on bet maka say by force but now on musa won sem on bet maka say wo ko defiase on bet maka say wo ya te secretary bi wo ho bra na betena so na gire secretary anim on bet me e wo say okotena omanim a e wo say wo di nsie. You need to take an oath. It is all okotena mu na wo di nsie. It is wako wura court a wo di nsie asem bi a wo beke bia no ye betumi di afa ho ebupa ebufo and I say ye dey afa ho eja ama wako and I say ama we dey afa ho edi. So this committee now wo hu sa no are the majority leader and the clerk to the committee, the vetting committee, and other people like the marshals of Parliament, and some MPs. It is basically a high court.